Hey, how's it going today? I have a 2017 Ford Focus Electric that I'm going to take a ride. I'm going to do a 200-mile trip. The range in the wintertime is usually anywhere from 80 to 100-mile range. On a highway, a little less. Summertime's a little bit better, but this is end of February, so we're going to go and drive these 200 miles and see what we can do here from Lansing, Michigan area down to Lima, Ohio. So right now, I'll show you, as you can see, there's a 100-mile range. It shows it's a budget. So it depends on your driving habits. If we're on a highway, of course the budget will go down. If speeds are higher than 55 miles per hour or 85 kilometers an hour, it will go down. More the stopping and going and coasting at stop signs, that's what regenerates energy back into the battery. So what we're going to do is we're going to try this and see how it goes, and wish me luck. Thank you. As we're taking off, as you can see, it is kind of snowy outside. It's supposed to warm up today. Supposed to be around, 43 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 6 degrees Celsius. So we'll see what happens with that. But I'm headed out, and I'm taking my trip here. So we shall see. As you can see, see, it dropped a mile already. I didn't even go a mile yet. So that's the thing about the budget on here. Sometimes a budget, if it's in the summertime, it's warmer out. Sometimes your budget will be 90 miles, and you maybe, when it's all said and done, your range will be about 100 miles. It just all depends on the weather and how hard you are on the vehicle. And also, if you're in the city or the highway takes a little more energy. So, as you can see, we're kind of driving around now, out of my neighborhood here. It's beautiful Saturday morning. So basically what we'll do is I will get back in touch with you a little bit once we're out on the highway, and then also when we get to a charging station. You can map the charging stations out. Basically, you can go under the navigation on here, and you can go destination, and then you see where it says charging. You can hit that button and search for charging stations near you, and then they'll come up like that. So that's what I like about the vehicle as well. I've driven it for a while now, and I'm very happy with it. And it's not like one of the new Mustang Mach 3s that gets a heck of a lot more range, but it's not as expensive either. And for me, for the most part, I drive to work and back. It's about a 33 mile trip, and that's well within my range. And then I just charge it up in the garage at night. A lot of states will give you incentives to put a 240 volt charging station in your garage. So check that out if you ever decide to buy an electric vehicle. There's a lot of incentives for an electric vehicle. Also, if you do buy a new electric vehicle, most of them have a $7,500 tax credit through the federal government, and your state may have some incentives as well. Also, the electric company may give you discounts too on your electric bill. It's very, very minimal, the electricity that you use to charge in the garage, especially if you don't take more than 30-40 mile trips a daily. It's very cheap. I've hardly ever noticed any difference. Maybe a couple dollars if I charge every other day in the garage. So so it's a lot cheaper, more efficient, of course, better for the economy and all that good stuff. So anyways, I'm headed out here, and I will get back in touch with you in a little bit. Thank you. Okay, I'm on a bigger highway now. This is M52, and as I had said before, I have a 2017 Ford Focus Electric. We start off with a budget of 100 miles. Like I said, the budget is just kind of a hypothetical guide on how your driving habits were or have been, especially the last time you've driven it. It could go up or down depending on if you are on the highway, the weather, if you're in a city more. All that has something to do with it. Now I've went probably 15 miles, so we're kind of right on with the budget right now, and I got 83 mile budget left, 21 miles at my charging station. In state now, I'll have 62 miles left once I get there. Like I mentioned before, in the wintertime, it's a lot less range, but it's enough for me because, like I mentioned before, driving to work and back, the grocery store, short trips, very convenient. And there's so many charging stations out there now. I think now, at last I was reading, there's over 30,000 charging stations, like ChargePoint, EVgo, Electrify America, Blink. There's so many of them that are out there in this country. Also, as I mentioned, my dashboard there, I got my map on there, my navigation, and it tells me where the charging stations are at, which ones I can get to, and how far they are. So we'll be going to a charging station soon, and then I'll go ahead and at that point we'll connect again. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to stop now to charge my vehicle, my 2017 Ford Focus Electric. Like I said, I'm going to hit some supercharging stations on my 200-mile journey in my Ford Focus Electric. The range right now, like I said, it started off at 100. It's around 60 is the budget. We've went about 40 miles, so it's right on par. Sometimes it'll be more, sometimes it'll be less, depending on the weather, how hard you are on the vehicle, and if there's city and highway driving. All that's factored in. So here we go. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Well, hello again. I just wanted to say I went and got breakfast. My car is fully charged now. I stopped at a ChargePoint charging station. I will show you. As you can see, right here's my charging thing. It's just about charged. Maybe another 3 or 4 minutes. Because what happened is these buttons are all lit up. That means it's charged. That one's kind of blinking. Once that's fully lit, that means it's charged. I've traveled so far 41 miles. I just stopped here for breakfast. I used a regular 240 volt charger, and as I mentioned before, there's over 30,000 charging stations in the United States. Some are superchargers, some are just the 1772 240 volt chargers. We're going to hit a supercharger next. What I mean is that it charges your car a lot faster. So we're going to drive another 60 miles to get to that charging station. As I mentioned before, I started with a 100-mile budget. It takes in your driving conditions and everything else. Sometimes it'll be less, sometimes it'll be more, depending on like I said, the weather and your driving conditions, and if you're in a city or highway. But anyways, we will go ahead and take a trip. I'm excited. We're going to drive another 60 miles, and I'll see you there. All right, we're getting closer to where we need to go here. We got another, I would say, we've 10 miles probably. We have 38 miles of range. We've driven probably 50 miles, 52 miles. So it's right around 90 is the budget right now. So, we're getting closer to the charging station over there. And like I mentioned before, the 2017 Ford Focus Electric range, the EPA is 115 miles, but like I mentioned, a little less in the winter, maybe around the same or a little more in the summer, and depends how you drive it. If you're hard on it, of course, you're not going to get as good as range. I've been driving in the cruise control at 66, 67 miles per hour. I think that's an assumable speed on the highway when the speed limit is 70. So anyways, we're almost there, and I will talk to you when we get there. Thank you. Okay, we made it here to the charging station. We drove about 60 miles, had about 30, close to about 27, 28 miles of range left. So it's not doing too bad for being on the highway. Temperatures in the upper 40s, 7 degrees Celsius for you metric system people. But anyway, I want to show you the charging station, what it looks like. This is it right here. It's a supercharger, and as you can see, it's charging very rapidly. This one charges me, I think I already charged for 24 minutes, and it's like $1.12 or something like that, which is not bad. It probably cost me $3 to charge it up. A lot cheaper than gas, of course. As you can see, there it is. It's my Ford Focus, my 2017. I really love it. So it's a fun trip so far. I'm about halfway for my 200-mile trip. I've gone probably about 100 miles. So we'll see where this trip leads me to the next charging station, which I probably will drive probably another 60 miles or so, and then after that I'll be at my destination. All right. Alrighty, we got about 75, 80 more miles to get to my destination. I am going to probably hit one more charging station just to top it a little bit in Bowling Green, which is about 50 miles. But all in all, this has been a good trip. Weather's been good, dry. I've been averaging about 90 miles, 92 miles on my range on the highway. In this kind of weather, it's not bad at all. I'm really, really proud of this vehicle. And I'll talk at you when I'm at the other charging station. One thing I did want to mention, though, is this vehicle has My Ford software where you can, check your charging activity. It tells you how much longer you have to charge. Has features and trends and achievements and stuff like that. So I just wanted to let you know that as well. And I'll see you on the other side. Alrighty, now I'm going to another charging station. This is in Bowling Green. And I'm just going to charge up here for about an hour, and then it should take me another 65 miles to my destination. I've been really happy with this vehicle. On the highway, it doesn't get as good range as it would in the city, stopping and going, of course. That's with every electric vehicle. But what I'm very proud of, it's still getting 85, 90 mile range, which is pretty good. It's a lot smaller battery than, say, the Chevy Bolt with a B, or the new Mustang Mach-E. This is about about 37 kilowatt battery, and for that and having almost 50,000 miles on it, I don't think it's doing too bad. My butterflies are quite a few of them. You always want to look at that. I always have the coach on. It looks at your acceleration. It looks at your braking and your cruising. Very important there, to keep that in the blue, to keep everything rolling there. So, you can't, if you want to get the best range possible, besides driving in the city, stopping and going, is, you don't be too hard on the vehicle. When you stop and go, you ease it, you slowly accelerate. That's, what I would recommend. So this is just a little charging station. I mapped it out. There's about 4 or 5 of them in this area, but this one's the one that's free. In this area, I don't see any supercharging stations. There is one about probably 30 miles from here, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and do this, try this charging station out and see where it leads me. And I just stop and grab another bite to eat real quick, and then should be good to go. I'm not going to fully charge it. I'm probably just going to put 20-30 miles on it, and then go from there. I think that'd be good enough. So basically, I am coming up to a light where I need to turn here, and then I have to find the charging station. Looks like it might be in the neighborhood or something. I don't know. We'll look.
Turn left now.
Telling me to turn left. Alrighty. Now, let's see here. What's it tell me? Okay, I got to go 3/10 of a mile to go to the charging station. Alright, this guy stopped. What's he doing? Alright, he's turning here. Alright, so we'll stop right here. Alright, so my trip map is right there, as you can see. Police officer going by us. Hello. Alright, so 1/10 of a mile is what I have left here. Then I'm going to turn to see where this charging station is at. It's like an adventure.
In 1/10 of a mile, turn right onto Lehman Avenue, and then your destination is ahead on the left.
That's what she tells me. So let's see.
Turn right now.
Right in the neighborhood too, boy. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if it's here. Alright, let's look and see if I can find the charging station. Oh, there it is.
You have arrived at your destination.
There it is. Okay. It's a Clipper Creek one. So I'm going to go ahead and park here. Charge it up. And then I'll get back to you. Well, hello out there. We have about 20 miles to go for my 200-mile journey. Right now I've got 39 miles of range, so I'm sitting pretty good. When it's all said and done, my average range for mostly being on the highway and not much stopping and going is going to be around 93 miles, and that's good for this vehicle. Like I said, it only has a 37 kilowatt battery. Now for short trips, I would recommend this, as long as you can find the infrastructure for the charging stations. You can do that on plugshare.com. You can map out the charging stations. That's what I did. I stopped twice. Once I stopped at a supercharger, so, and another one I stopped to grab a bite to eat. So all in all, it took 20 minutes at a supercharger, probably an hour and a half at the regular charger. And the hour and a half was fine with me because I stopped and got a bite to eat and kind of, relaxed a little bit. So I just wanted to say that if you do plan on buying an electric vehicle, depends what you use it for. If you plan on taking trips, I would probably recommend a vehicle that gets at least 200-mile range, give or take, more in the summer, less in the winter probably. And then map out the infrastructure to where you have a couple charging stations along the way. That's what I recommend for a trip. Short trips like what I did, I think is fine. So I am almost close to my exit on my journey, and it's been real fun talking about my vehicle, talking about the electric cars and the charging stations and all the different things that go along with it. I hope you learned a little bit today, and thanks so much for watching. If you want to subscribe, click on the button below. Thanks so much. Take care now.